Hello YouTubes, welcome back to Telly'sMarineTales. My name is Chantel and I'm really excited for today's video because it is going to be a travel vlog. First one in ages. I haven't done any traveling since 2019 for obvious reasons, but it's now December 2020 and I figured it was time for a little adventure. So we're not flying anywhere, we're not doing anything crazy. Obviously because of COVID we want to be as careful as possible, but my friend and I are doing this really cool road trip up the east coast of South Africa. I'm super excited. We're going to be doing a lot of hiking, a lot of diving. I have done this road trip a few times, so I'm quite excited for this trip because it's like filling in a couple of places along the coast that I've never been to that I've always wanted to go to. So yeah, I'm really excited. We're going to be diving up near Durban on a very popular reef called Aliwal Shoal where there's tons of sharks and rays, so we're hoping for some amazing sightings there. Going to be going inland to some mountains, do some amazing hiking. So yeah, it's the morning of the day that we're leaving, so I have my bag behind me over there and all my stuff ready to go, and I have my box of diving equipment and my hiking boots. So yeah, we're really keen. I'm going to vlog throughout the journey, so I hope you enjoy the video, take in the sights with me, and yeah, let's get into it. Alright YouTube, so our first stop is Plettenberg Bay, which is a really beautiful little town on the garden route on the south coast of South Africa. This is actually where I was living before lockdown happened, and I was working here doing some work with marine mammals and that sort of thing. Lockdown happened, that all came to an end, but that's neither here or there. I'm here for a couple of days now, touching base with some of the people I know here because I'm still hoping to do some field work here next year. So that's really cool. I'm staying at this beautiful little house which has this view of Plettenberg Bay behind me, which you can see, and we have this lovely deck with a swimming pool, and we have the house. So yeah, that's where we're staying for a couple of days. Today we actually went out on the boat and we did some dolphin spotting, and we came across a pod of humpback dolphins, which was really exciting. Tomorrow we're going to be doing some hiking and another river boat trip, and yeah, we're just taking it easy. As I said, I've lived here before, so I've seen most of the sites, but it's always beautiful to come back here and do some work out on the boat with the dolphins and that kind of stuff. Alright, so we've left the coast behind and we've come to the forest, a beautiful little place called Hogsback, which is in the Eastern Cape up in the mountains. Absolutely stunning. We're surrounded by trees and vegetation. We're living right in the forest. Behind me is our teepee, which is the place that we're staying in. It's so cool. I'll show you inside now actually because it's just such a cool little idea. So we're staying in a teepee in the forest. Oh, it's so beautiful, so restful. There's just bird noises all around. It's lovely. We're here to hike, so tomorrow we're going to do some hiking in the forest, which we're really excited about. Hopefully it's not going to rain too much. There's some rain predicted, but hopefully it won't be too bad. And yeah, unfortunately we're only here for one day, but I think it's going to be a great day tomorrow, and hopefully without too much rain I'll be able to get some footage for you on the hike. This is the inside of our teepee. Oh, it's going a bit dark in here now. We have a couch, we have a lovely bed, we even have a fireplace to keep us warm, and we just have all these little beautiful decorations around. There's going to be fairy lights a bit later. I don't know if you can hear me, I hope you can, but we've made it to the end of our hike in Hogsback. This beautiful waterfall behind us called the Madonna and Child waterfall. I don't really know why. I think it's got something to do with the rocks, but it is absolutely stunning, and after a beautiful trail. Alright, so it's actually been a little while since I checked in. Last time I chatted to you was at Hogsback, and we're now 3 stops later in the Drakensberg. We're actually in this beautiful little cottage behind me over here in the forest. So I'm actually just gonna take a walk through the forest and have a little chat about what we've been doing since Hogsback. So we actually managed a beautiful hike in Hogsback. The weather was pretty good, it didn't rain. We walked to 2 waterfalls. It was about a 6-hour hike down like into a gorge, and then pretty steep climb at the end, but it was just so beautiful. After that we went all the way up to the east coast of South Africa to a small town called Unported. This is where the Aliwal Shoal is, one of the best dive sites in South Africa. It was really amazing. Stayed in this cool little dive center that was super friendly and super lovely. Unfortunately, so the first day we went diving, there was some really strong wind, and it was just like super crazy, like huge swell, lots of chop on the surface. So it was a very rough dive. I got crazy seasick, so it wasn't the greatest. The dive itself, I'm trying to remember what we saw on the dive. I don't think we saw too many cool things, but it was nice to just get back in the water and have a nice dive. Then unfortunately the following day the weather was too bad to dive, so we couldn't dive, and then we kind of did a day trip to Oribi Gorge, which is also like another beautiful gorge nature park. I'll show some photos. That was really beautiful. And then finally the last day I had to try and squeeze in as many dives as possible because the weather was good again, and I had to squeeze in 3 dives on one day, which is quite unusual for me. I've never done 3 dives on one day, but no, it was fine. We managed it. The first dive, oh guys, it was a baited shark dive. So it's not feeding the sharks, but it's simply putting bait in a can and having the bait float in the water column. So the sharks that are in the area will smell that sort of scent trail, and they will come and aggregate around the bait bin. So the sharks are not getting fed, it's not encouraging aggressive behavior, it's not attracting sharks to the area, it's just taking the sharks that are in the area and aggregating them into a central place so that you can dive with them and you can see them. And it was blacktip sharks, not to be confused with blacktip reef sharks, which are the smaller of the two that hang out on the reefs. These guys are more pelagic and oceanic in nature, and they're a bit bigger. And it was so cool. So you all kind of like hang around in a semicircle around the bait bin, and the sharks just swim in and around you and up and down and through you and under you and over you, and it was just one of the coolest dives I've ever done. It was amazing. Then the second dive, actually the last 2 dives, we also saw a ton of sharks. We saw a lot of spotted ragged-tooth sharks, which like to hang out under caves. I saw a huge stingray, a huge, round ribbon tail ray, which was super cool. Oh, and a white tip. So 3 species of sharks, 1 species of ray, all in one day. It was a super incredible dive spot. The reef itself, still a bit too cold to be really called a coral reef, but the megafauna was just spectacular. It was beautiful. So that was Unported. We were there for 3 days. Then we headed up to Durban, where we stayed with some of our friends, or the friends of the friend who I'm traveling with. we just did a couple of touristy things there. We went to the beach, swam, because in Cape Town where I live the ocean is freezing cold. In Durban it's nice and warm, so we swam in the ocean a bit, which was lovely. Then we went to Ushaka, which is the best aquarium in South Africa, and yeah, we just hung out. I actually went with the family to do Christmas tree shopping to get into like the Christmas spirit, because it's almost Christmas here, so that was super fun. And yeah, just chilled out in Durban. And finally we are here on our last spot. I'm just going to do like a pan behind me here because I've made it to the lake. We are in the Drakensberg, which is the highest mountain range in South Africa. It's absolutely beautiful. We're not doing the whole thing because it's like a really, really big mountain range. We're in the middle of the Drakensberg in a region called the Champagne Valley. And unfortunately, today is very overcast and cloudy, but behind me over there are where the mountains are supposed to be. But yeah, as you can see, it's very, very cloudy. So yesterday was our first full day here. We went for a hike. Also, it was our longest hike of the trip, 6 hours, 12 kilometers, a gain of 700 meters altitude. So it was, I mean, that's not super tall. We didn't make it to like a peak, mountain peak or anything, but we sort of made it up onto a grassy plateau and then walked in and among the mountains. Oh, it was just so beautiful. My favorite hike of the trip. I kind of felt like I don't know if you guys have seen The Sound of Music. That's all I was singing at the top, because you're like up on these grassy hills, mountains all around you. Oh, it's just so beautiful.
The hills are alive with the sound of music.
Unfortunately, we got stuck in a thunderstorm on the top, so we had to rush back down, which was a little bit scary, and we got sopping wet, but it added to the experience, which was awesome. And then yeah, the mountain peak came out at the end and we could see it after the clouds had cleared off a little bit, so that was really cool. We were going to go on another hike today. This is our second day in the Drakensberg, but as you can see, the mountains are covered in cloud, so we decided against it. We did a horse ride this morning. As a kid, I used to do a ton of horse riding, so that was really cool for me. We just did a horse ride through the valley, and then we were going to go watch a bird show, but then the bird show was cancelled. We were going to try a more lowland hiking trail through the forest, but we weren't allowed to because you had to start at a hotel, and with COVID, the hotel didn't want guests hiking there, so that didn't really happen. So yeah, we're actually just chilling today. I mean, enjoying this lovely view around us. I just have to show you this one more time because we're just in such a beautiful place. Yep, there's a dam behind me. And even though you can't see the mountains, you can still see these beautiful hills. So, no, we're really in a beautiful place. We're just going to chill out today. It's our last day of our holiday. We're heading back home tomorrow. So yeah, we're just going to take it easy, do some reading. Oh, there's a place that does like chocolate fondue. So we're going to go have some chocolate fondue. And yeah. And that's it for this video. I don't know if I'm going to check in again with you, so if not, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you managing to do a bit of like local travel or take a bit of a break wherever in the world you are, because it has been a tough year for everybody. I really needed this. It was amazing just to get out, you know, get out of your head, get out of the stress, be back in nature, not worry about COVID for a while. I mean, we have been careful. We've been careful travelers. We made sure we social distance. We didn't eat at any indoor restaurants. But it was an interesting time traveling through COVID. And but it was definitely what I needed, just to get my mind off things, reconnect with nature, some diving, some hiking. It was amazing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and until next time, I probably won't see you before Christmas. I hope I get this vlog out before Christmas. So if I do, a very Merry Christmas to you all, a happy festive season. Please be safe, and I'll chat to you again probably in 2021.